On July 10th, 2015, 2-year-old DeOrr Kunz Jr. went camping with his family in Lemhi County, Idaho. What was supposed to be a fun camping trip would end in tragedy and mystery as DeOrr would vanish and never be found again. In July 2015, DeOrr's father Vernal and his father's girlfriend Jessica Mitchell decided to take DeOrr on a last-minute camping trip at the Timber Creek campground in Salmon Chalice National Forest. Accompanying the group was DeOrr's great-grandfather Robert Walton and Walton's friend Isaac Renwald, whom Coons and Mitchell had never met before. On July 9th, the group set out to the campsite, and around 2 p.m. they stopped at a gas station along the way to pick up supplies. They arrived to the campsite early in the evening, set up, and turned in early. The group spent the morning primarily relaxing. Early in the afternoon, Coons and Mitchell, along with Renwand, allegedly went walking along the creek near their campsite to go fishing. According to Coons and Mitchell, DeOrr was following behind them. They asked if he wanted to join them fishing, and it was then he supposedly turned around and acted like he was making his way back up towards Walton. About 30 minutes later, at approximately 2:30 p.m., Coons, Mitchell, and Renwand come back to the campsite, and that is when they discover that DeOrr is gone. Both Coons and Mitchell separately called 911 to report the toddler missing. Authorities immediately set out search parties and combed every inch of the campsite and the Timber Creek campground for any traces of DeOrr, but none were found. Authorities searched the area numerous times with ATVs, canine units, and even helicopters to no avail. Coons, Mitchell, Walton, and Renwand were all interviewed a handful of times, but their stories never matched up. Mitchell would claim that she had asked Walton to watch DeOrr while the group went down along the creek to fish, but Walton would say that he never heard her ask. He would then go on to claim that he was resting in the camper and never saw DeOrr. Walton would later change his story and say that he saw DeOrr down by the creek, took his eyes off him for a second, and when he looked back, DeOrr was gone. Numerous searches and investigations over the years would all end up at a dead end. Coons would go on to fail 5 polygraph tests, and Mitchell would go on to fail 4. Mitchell would go on to say that she had failed all of her tests because she was a grieving mother, but Coons never gave a reason why he failed so many. Soon, authorities and private investigators would begin to suspect Coons and Mitchell. A search of their property would produce the jacket that they said DeOrr was wearing on the day he disappeared. In January 2016, Coons and Mitchell would be named suspects, but they were never charged or arrested. In 2017, Mitchell would accuse Coons of being capable of harming his son. She would also claim that a PI found blood spatter on Coons' truck, implying that he had done something to DeOrr. And DeOrr is still missing to this day.